talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp?
Are you Irish?
Are you This guy. All right. Sorry about that. Anyway, you can't distract me in the middle of my introduction, dude. Yeah, this guy here. There he goes again. All right, let's talk some real facts here. This is something that offends a lot of people. This happens every day. Jay always talks about changing the culture. A lot of people email me about different things. And this is one of those things that I'm going to need people to step up. People feel like we're helpless as regular workers. And this is no jab at management. But this is one of those things where union has to be informed. Employees has to be informed. Management needs to be informed. And what am I talking about? Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz is a famous executive for a major company, and he violated the law by telling employees, if you're not happy working here, you can work for another company. Now, he's actually the CEO of Starbucks, but how does this apply to the United States Postal Service? Howard Schultz's statement to Starbucks employees implying they should be grateful for their jobs or leave is a violation of labor law. A violation of labor law. The USPS operates under different regulations as a government agency, but the principles of labor law and employee protection still apply. This intimidation tactic is discussion. I'm about to talk to you about 5 reasons why it will not be acceptable. And it's up to the unions and you co-workers that encounter it, witness it, are victims of it. It's time for you to step up and regulate what can and cannot be said. The days that when I started, it's different. It's different than what it is today. And if you guys want to sit here and just cry and whine, I don't know what to do. I'm giving you the information. Violation of employees' rights, such as threats, can intimidate employees and discourage them from reporting workplace issues, filing grievances, and speaking with their union. This violates their rights to a safe and fair working environment. There's a team set up, and I'm about to tell you that, a little while, to help regulate this. They just put this out within a year, and I believe I did a video about it. But let's get on to number 2, the negative impact on morale. All right. The morale in the United States Post Office sucks. We all know that. A climate of fear and intimidation significantly lowers employees' morale. It leads to decreased productivity, increased absenteeism, and a higher turnover rate. I know for a fact there's a few people that reach out to me and they say, man, I'm not going back there, man. These people tripping. They talk to me like I'm trash. They tell me if I don't like my job, quit. 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 You tell somebody that, there is legal consequences to that. Hope management is listening. USPS may not be subject to the same labor laws as private companies. It is still subject to various federal and state laws that protect employees' rights. Using coercive tactics can lead to challenges which are legal and potential financial penalties. It's time to start documenting things. Family, y'all cannot sit here and continue to cry because you're not crying wolf. Everybody hears it. Nobody's doing anything about it. And if you have union stewards that are in bed with management, they're going to continue to do it because these people feel like they're invincible and they feel like there's nothing that's going to be done to them. Loss of talent. Fear-based tactics drive away talented and dedicated employees. This makes it difficult for the USPS to attract and retain qualified workers, especially in this job market. Now, I already just did a video about how the workplace is very difficult to work in just because of the type of labor that is required from everybody. But just getting the younger people to apply now, I'm seeing people out of 50 and 60 applying. They can mentally handle the job, but the physical, it's just difficult. So when you have a young person that's coming in there, young people ain't putting up with this. They're not putting up with this. The key to combating this, and I'm hoping this is not falling on deaf ears. The key to combating this is, number one, you have to document everything. There's plenty of people that have went into the offices and they have recorded things. And a lot of the times it's the management themselves. Somebody just turns on them. Management trusts somebody and then you turn on them, like that lady in Virginia or wherever she was from. And she ended up screwing herself up. You have to keep a record of any incidents and intimidation or harassment. This is going to be helpful when you need to file a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board. You need to seek support from your coworkers. The time for division is over. It's over. Y'all got to change the culture. There used to be a day when people would hang out, and I know there's one station. They would hang out after work. They go get a beer together. They go out eating together. They would go and they just chill with each other, whatever it was. The time for that is non-existent now. Everybody got these darn cell phones. So here it is. Nobody cares to actually interact with another human. Wow, crazy, right? But you got to seek support from your fellow coworkers about what you're experiencing. They have had similar experiences or have witnessed this, and they can provide you with some type of support or guidance or encouragement. At least that's what they're supposed to do. I mean, I get thousands of emails. I'm just one person. I'm not a counsel line. I'm not a legal line. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know, but human rights is basic. Number 3, use a witness. That's another thing that the post office, nobody sees nothing. If possible, try to have your coworker or other witnesses present when you're being spoken to in a threatening manner. This can help corroborate your claims. There's a lot of people saying, hey man, I just need you to write a statement. Y'all be cool until somebody asks that one freaking phrase. This is one of the most important and disgusting things that I've seen since I've worked here. Nobody wants to back anybody up. No. I mean, I don't want to be part of it. Everybody's complacent. But I've said it 1,000 times. Complacency is the enemy of progress. Everybody wants to change, but if you're complacent, just accept them. Just right in your This is what you want, because everybody here is complacent. Yeah, man. No, I can't. No, I don't. Yeah, no. Number 4, file a formal complaint. In addition to filing a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board, you'll be able to file a complaint with your Human Resource Department just to get it documented, or other internal grievance procedures. EEO, National Labor Relations Board, the union. Every single method that you document is just more and more fuel for the fire. Okay? You can't come and say, oh, they said this, and think somebody's gonna listen. 1,000 people can sit here and claim sexual abuse, but if nobody has any proof, then it's just accusations. It happens all the time. Oh man, my supervisor. That's my female voice. My supervisor's been hitting on me. Last one. My hitting on me. Nobody documents anything from the first time to the last time. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up and stop playing the game. They're documenting everything. I spoke to my postmaster buddy, and that's what they do. They go through the proper steps. And even if they don't have the proper steps, you have no steps. So it's time for y'all to stop just being accepting. You got to change the culture. Number 5, and this is one of the best things to corroborate your issues. Seek therapy or counseling. The stress and anxiety caused by the workplace intimidation can be significant. Seek professional help to cope with these emotions. The best type is through the union itself. Through the post office itself, because we have it with our insurance. They have all these call numbers, etc. Everything is documented. Hey man, after she told me that, I was so stressed out that I called. they have a record. Once you document it that it's bothering you, it is nothing wrong with seeking professional help. That's the one thing that everybody, you feel shameful for it. So many people behind the scenes do it though. So many people, man. There's so many people that go see a therapist because of dealing with this. And at the end of the day, this is just delivering mail to a mailbox, a box to somebody's door, other heavy things as well. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. Pushing buttons for machines, not to be badgered by, discouraged by, dismissed by your own supervisors. There's consequences for management using these scare tactics. Disciplinary actions. Managers may face disciplinary actions from the employer ranging from a written warning to termination. Termination is very difficult here, but they get moved. We already seen it. They get moved. Legal consequences, which is why a lot of people will sit there and attack the post office. Post office got too much going on for them to deal with yours. It takes years. But once you go after the specific individual, then you got some fuel. In some cases, the manager may face legal consequences, fines, and lawsuits. Can you imagine that? Damage to the reputation. It's already bad. Using scare tactics damage the manager's reputation within the company and in the industry. Y'all know that there's some places around this country where you can just bring up hey man, you know that MPO over there, you know that supervisor, man, yeah, I hate that motherfucker. They went from one place to the other. Man, he got caught, blah, 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 and he moved to the blah, blah, blah. Wow, that's messed up. They just shifted him to another spot. When you got people like myself and other creators that are putting it out there, people all around the country are already aware. Hey man, where'd you just come from? Aren't you the guy that just got caught, blah, blah, blah? That's why this is, the voice of the voiceless. Loss of credibility. Employees may be less likely to trust or respect the manager who engages in intimidating behavior. Every manager wants respect, but in order to give respect, you need to give respect. And that's the one thing that they forget. You're talking to a grown adult. Another adult. And you are supposed to be the coach, the head honcho, the leader in any capacity, from supervisor, 204B, manager to the station. All of you, you're supposed to be the top of the ticket. Talk to people like you got some common sense, and maybe you'll get some respect back. And obviously the negative impact on the morale of the employees. A manager uses scare tactics, create toxic work environment, leading to low morale and increased turnover. There have been documented cases, managers being fined by regulatory bodies like the NLRB, National Labor Relations Board, for violating labor laws, including intimidating employees. There is a guideline that was recently put out, and you can look this stuff up for yourself. The USPS has specific guidelines in place to address intimidation and threats in the workplace. They're designed to create a safe and respectful environment for all employees. The guidelines and policies include zero tolerance policy. USPS has a strict zero tolerance policy for any form of violence, threats, or harassment. This includes both physical and verbal threats. These are their words. Strict. Workplace harassment policy. This policy defines harassment as unwelcome behavior that creates a hostile, intimidating, and offensive work environment. It specifically prohibits threats of intimidation and bullying. Standards of conduct. The USPS standards of conduct outline specific behavior for all employees, including prohibited actions that could be considered threatening or intimidating. It's in their handbook. Threat Assessment Team Guide. This guide provides information on how to identify and respond to potential threats of violence in the workplace. The USPS Publication 108 provides detailed information on workplace violence, including threats and intimidation. You can look this stuff up, and they have a threat assessment team that you can reach out to. The only way to reach out to them is if you have documentation. You can't call them up, hey, my supervisor told me XYZ. Okay. But when you got yourself, You got a witness, you got documentation, you got this person. Hey man, I'm seeing a therapist now because of this. I had to go to the doctor because of this. I had to call out because of this. I've called the blah, blah, blah because of this. There's 3 other people that dealt with this. And then when you call the threat assessment team, you know what they have to do at that point? They have to assess the situation. I know this message is a little bit longer than normal, but it needs to be spoken about. It needs to be, because at the end of the day, it's the employees that make this place run. And if you want to accept it, that's cool. But it's up to you to change the culture. I can continually say that, but unless you do something about it, you're just going to accept it. You're just going to accept whatever behavior they give you. There are a lot of people that are complacent and they say, oh, you know what, it's not my business, or I'm cool where things are. And you're part of the problem. It's unfortunate you're part of the problem. And the ones that are in bed with management will probably be in the comment section arguing with me. But I don't argue. I tell it what it is because it's true. And the one thing that I want to emphasize also is that employees, yes, us, have to be cautious while speaking to management. You cannot disrespect management just because your attitude says that. Because what's good for the geese, good for the gander, right? You cannot sit there and be a total asshole and think management's going to respect you, because they're human beings at the end of the day. You cannot come into work and be like, nah, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm going to do, because there are consequences for it as well. And then when something happens to you, then you want to cry, oh my God, I can't believe I'm being retaliated against. No, you're being disciplined for your actions. There's a difference between disciplined for your own action versus just being intimidated for you just coming to work. Don't get the two misconstrued or misunderstood. All right, that's enough for this topic. I needed to put this out there, and I'm hoping people have listened to this all the way through. I wish I could have put it out in a podcast form, but I'm still learning. I got things coming down the pipe next year. We will be having a full-fledged podcast, and I do have a couple other channels. I don't even promote them really anymore, but there's a lot more different things coming down the podcast, down the pipe. If you look for any of the cool shirts that I typically wear for the post office, if you're new, if you like those shirts or any of those hats, please look down in the video description. Also, there's a store that's underneath. You can go there. I know a lot of people watch the videos. Hey, where'd you get that hat? And I say this in every video. It's down there. Everything in the video description is there for you. There's, like I said before, there's loans. The holiday season is coming up. No credit check loans. There are a lot of guidelines to that. Go for it. You're looking to buy a home. It's there. You're looking for special credit unions. They're there. You're looking to go and find an online store specifically for postal work, federal employees. It's down there as well. Something like a finger hut. Everything is down there. Phone numbers, websites that we all use. It's down there. This channel is for you. You zim it. This is JH. And it's a longer video, but I'm all right with it. I'm out.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.